Good morning. I'm gonna try to make a little video. So it's -3 in Maine woods. I'm at the north gate of the Baxter State Park. I'm about half a mile from the north gate. It's cold, but it doesn't feel too cold. I am skiing with my sled. I don't know if you could see it. And there's my skis. And I'm skiing to my first night at the South Branch Pond. There's a little bunkhouse. And I'm having myself a nice Martin Luther King's Day weekend. Thank you very much, Martin Luther. Getting close to crossing the lake. So I'm staying first night at the South Branch Pond, and then the next day I will ski all the way to Russell Pond, and I'm gonna stay in a bunkhouse there as well. And on the third day I am going to ski out past South Branch Pond, a little bit further back towards the car to a place called Trout Brook, and there's a tiny little cabin or bunkhouse that I'm going to stay at. And on Monday I'm gonna ski out. To crossing the lake, but it's only on the outskirts. But the cold wind is already picking up a little bit, so I'm going to zip up my jacket. Baxter State Park. Welcome to Baxter State Park. Over 200,000 acres of Maine wilderness and managed forest, given to the people of Maine by Percival P. Baxter. I don't know what the P was for, maybe Paul, I'm not sure. The park is funded by trust revenues, user fees, and timber revenues. Please follow park rules and help us manage and preserve this precious resource. Thank you and enjoy your stay. Baxter State Park Authority. Oh yeah, this is one of the best gems in Maine. Baxter State Park. I love coming here. Baxter State Park rules: no pets, no motorcycles, no vehicles over 9 feet high, 7 feet wide, or 22 feet long. I'm gonna take my hood off. I don't think we'll be getting the lake effect with the wind blowing across and making it colder than usual, the wind chill. But Yeah, it was -3 Fahrenheit when I was getting out of the car. I don't know how cold it is now. I'm gonna try having my camera right stuck in behind my chest strap. We'll see what it looks like. I've been going mostly uphill. It is mostly uphill to the South Branch Pond, or more uphill than on the way back. It's basically rolling hills. Some of it is up, some of it is down. I've already done a couple slightly steeper hills. That was a good test to see what kind of traction I have with the sled behind me, and it was okay. If anything, I have kicker skins in the sled, so if I couldn't make it up the hill, I could put on my skins and make it up easily, but I don't really think it's gonna be necessary. I've been going on for a few miles and just making a brief stop, soaking up the sunshine just to warm up a little bit. But internally, under the jacket and my shell pants, I'm totally warm. I have 2 layers on. I have a sort of a compression tights, then a mid-weight wool top, and on top of it I have a wool onesie from Wool Power. Trout Brook Farm Campground. There's no one here, of course. Not too many people come to Baxter in the winter, but over there you will see hopefully a little cabin. That's probably where the office is during the summer visitation hours, but there's a front room that actually has a wood stove that they rent out, and that's where I will be sleeping on Sunday. Okay, and here's my trail heading out to South Branch Pond. Now, I am surprised to see the river free of ice, meaning it's still running. I could see the current and everything. Normally this time of the year everything is frozen, although we do in Maine have the so-called January thaw, and last weekend was an incredible in terms of high temperatures. It was about 60 degrees in southern Maine. Here in northern Maine it wasn't that bad, but apparently hasn't been that cold yet, which is too bad. I hope I won't have any issues crossing the pond. I think it'll be okay. I have this hunch, but don't want to jinx it. So yeah, it's nice and quiet. There's no one here. There's very little wildlife. Occasionally I see tracks, deer tracks. I've seen one woodpecker fly across the trail. I've seen a couple birds chirping, and that's about it. Looks like we have blue skies. I can hear the wind in the open areas. The wind is going, so up on the top of the mountains it might be tough. Hello there. So I've seen a sea otter, or otter, freshwater otter, that rhymes, running across the road. I think it was an otter because there was a river on the right side and a little brook on the left side, so I'm assuming it was just crossing the boundary. Here are my skis. They're 195 millimeters long, so that's pretty long, but I like the length. Makes it a little bit faster on the flats. They're not really cross country, they're backcountry, so they're a little bit wider. They tend to wander a little bit, but they also turn much easier, so I like that too. I'm almost at the intersection, I think. So I'm at the Trout Brook crossing. Here is where I will take the trail up there that is unbroken snow into South Branch Pond. There's a little picnic table here, so I sat down and I'm going to get a little bit of water and eat a cookie. So put some sugar in my body, some energy. And I will keep going. Oh, it's magic. So, it's been like this, slightly uphill, powder, about 2 to 5 inches of powder on top of something frozen. It's been just awesome. I had such a great time just shuffling my skis through it and watching the snow, the powder, just to bury the ski one after another, one step at a time. Oh, it's just so good. I think I'm almost there. I forgot how far it is from the junction to the pond, but I don't think it's too far. So I'm doing awesome. It's a wonderful day. And this, Mattagammon Lake, is South Branch Pond. I'm gonna go check out the bunkhouse and find out what I can do for the rest of the day. This is the South Branch Pond bunkhouse. I got here about 2, maybe 3 hours ago, and I made food, I made fire, I hung my clothes that were sweaty, I set up my sleeping bag. Behind this is actually a campground, so those are toilets, and ranger station right there. There's no one there, everything is locked up. My skis, my poles. Good morning. Well, this is not a robbery, but I am going to cross 2 lakes today, and I'm just putting this on just in case it gets too windy out there. Right now it doesn't look like it. It's about 8:30 a.m. I'm all packed up. The bunkhouse is all cleaned up. I swept the floors, brought in new firewood. What else did I do? I ate, made a nice oatmeal. I packed all my things, sort of rearranged them, and I have my camera on, and it's a beautiful sunny day. It's not windy at all. I think I'll be breaking a trail, and well, I'm pretty sure I will. And I have to cross first 2 ponds on the way to Russell Pond bunkhouse. And all I'm hoping for is, because it's not broken out and I don't see yet snowmobile tracks across the pond, I just hope the pond is safe. All indications tell me that it is, but I have to be really careful where I go. Have to be aware of where the inlet. So yeah, wish me luck, and I'll reconnect later. I'm at the end of the lake. The lake was pretty safe. I mean, totally safe. I don't know if you could see it, and I don't have a zoom, but just by into water. But there was an otter cleaning itself at the edge of the ice. On the right side there, the water is open there. That's where the two lakes connect. That's and right here, right in the middle, that's where the trail is that connects those two lakes for hikers. So I guess I found it. I thought it was a little bit farther from where the lakes connect, and here is also a little bit of an open water, as if almost like somebody crashed through. I don't know, it looks a little bit too circular. Anyway, yeah, the snow on the lake is wind packed, and it is cold. I put on my hood, and it was good, but the snow is like sandpaper. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not a researcher of this, but if I'm not mistaken, that's when it's so cold that the sliding skis or whatever is sliding on the snow is not creating enough friction melt to actually slide. Because I think the reason we slide on the snow is that our sliding motion melts what's underneath us, and just microscopical, and it slides. But when it's too cold, the snow is like sandpaper, and it doesn't slide that much, which is okay. I'm going to I wasn't sure, you know, on the left side there was an opening, and I thought maybe that's the inlet, that's the trail, but there was another inlet of a little brook that comes up from the top of the mountain there. So, and I didn't go there. I knew that would be a trap to go there, would be stupid. But then when I was watching the lake, all of a sudden I noticed, like in that snow, I noticed these faint lines, and those were actually snowmobile lines that were covered by snow and by wind. But occasionally you could see these sort of too straight. When you look at this snow, it's like frozen ocean. It's like the wind carves these waves into the snow, and it sort of undulates and curves, and it's just beautiful to watch as you go through it. So I made it just fine, and now 0.2 miles, 0.2 on this portage trail to connect me back with the other pond that I have to cross. I see it's blue blazed in the distance. That's my first blaze, so, and you could really see it. You know, there's trees here, but you could always sort of kind of see where the trees are not, and connect the dots and see that it is some kind of a trail. It's a good thing it's blazed, because sometimes you could be following game tracks where animals routinely go, and they make their own trails. But I could actually see very faint, probably ski tracks. Yeah. So yesterday's ski was 11 miles, and today is about 10, maybe a little bit less, between 9 and 10. I'm not sure how much of a shortcut did I save by going across the lake today, but it's definitely a safer option, because there are two brooks. One of them is sizable, probably 10 to 15 feet across, and I'm afraid it's definitely would be in open water, so I would be in lots of trouble trying to cross that. But here it's all safe. Another blue blaze, and the lake The second lake is showing up. I see an outhouse. I think there's a lean-to here for summer campers. On the right side I see an open water, but I think this trail curves to the left a little bit more, so I'll be safe from thin ice. On the other side where I started the crossing, the trail, the ice was very thick, and here over there is open water. This looks good. Yeah, would be nice to have a pick pole, but it's what I usually use. Look at these tracks. It's what I usually use. Okay. All right. So yeah, I am going to cross this lake. I just don't remember exactly where that trail enters, but it's got to be a sort of somewhere on the other side, obviously. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna see what I look like. Got my hood on, got my head balaclava on, I'm all good. Yeah, I'm on the other lake, and in a far distance I see Pamela Peak and the beginning of Knife's Edge towards Mount Katahdin, the tallest mountain in Maine, the most beautiful mountain in Maine. You know, as you can see, it's kind of hard to tell where the trail picks up, but on the right side I see something with a sort of a horizontal line, and it almost looks like a roof of an outhouse. So I am going to, and it sort of makes sense to, that it would be in that direction. So I think I'm gonna head more to the right side, hug that little ledge here, and then head straight towards it. Yeah, so it wasn't the roof of the outhouse, but it was the roof of the lean-to. So yeah, but I don't recall seeing this lean-to last time I skied by. It was about 2 years ago. So it's kind of interesting. Lean-to looks a little bit new, so maybe they just constructed that. So okay, so now I don't know, maybe 7 miles through the woods and meadows to Russell Pond. So I'm gonna have to take out a map and take a look which way I need to go. I found blue markers sort of going, blue blazes going to the right of the lean-to, but I wasn't sure if that's it. It might just be it, but I also saw a Pogie Notch Trail junction that sort of took me here, but it's not totally cleared out, or it's a little bit sketchy. So I'm gonna take out a map and see which side of the lean-to the trail that I need to take is actually on, and then we'll see. The reason why I didn't see the lean-to, because when I skied here last time I skied this way and I didn't, on the left it was in the woods and I didn't really see it. So yeah, I was wise not to take this Blue Blaze trail, because that would take me back over a mountain to South Branch. I need to get back on the lake, go to the right, and find this trail, which will take me to Pogie Pond and then to Russell Pond. Okay, I found it. My battery is dying, must be the cold. Look at that skier. That's the first skier sign I have seen on this trail. He looks pretty eager, so let's go. Found the trail, let's go to Russell Pond. Yeah, well, this is basically a hiking trail. It's been sort of cut a little bit wider. It's not like yesterday when it was easier. Today is a little bit harder, but not hard as far as not enjoying it. It actually is much more scenic and more enjoyable to roll through these woods and watch animal tracks and listen to the brook bubble here and there, like right now. Well, that's nice, I guess. I forgot which way I need to go, but I think it follows the left side of this meadow. Hopefully I'll see a mark or some kind of indicator, maybe from the snowmobile or something. Well, this is nice here though. Wicked nice. This almost looks like it might be a trail. Could be misleading. We'll see. I think I'm slowly getting close to Poggy Pond. Yeah, so this is interesting. It goes left or right. Seems to be an indicator of use of maybe a snowmobile. The width, yeah, I think I'm good. I think this is the trail. So even though there are no markers, and granted there aren't a lot of mature trees here to put a full marker on, I think this is definitely it. So yeah, and that's the beauty of just doing this, because you're not 100% sure, but it sure isn't the North Pole or the Arctic with freaking polar bears chasing you. So this is just playing, just a good time. Well, I don't know what time it is, but I'm taking a break, drinking my tea that I made this morning that hasn't had a chance to freeze yet because it was hot when I poured it in to the bottle, and right now it's kind of lukewarm, more on the cold side, but it's really awesome. I put some honey in, peppermint tea, and lemon. Yeah, so I drank some tea and ate a peanut butter nut bar, and it's time to keep going. It's cold, you know, it feels good outside and everything, but I took my gloves off for a little while, and then when I was trying to put them back on, and we're talking less than 5 minutes, they were frozen solid, so they just have to warm up with the warmth of my hands. I have extra gloves in sled. I just passed Poggy Pond. Didn't really know where the trail was, but sort of guessed. It's different than on the map because the map has the summer trail and the winter trail sometimes differs. And it was the case here as well. I didn't get fooled by cutting across Poggy Pond right away where the summer trail was, but I continued sort of lengthwise through the pond. And on the other end, I was able to locate the trail. So we're getting close to Russell Pond, but not close enough. It's still gonna be a little bit of a uphill battle, I suppose. It's just awesome. I saw giant moose tracks on the trail, post hauling for a little bit. And that's about it. I'm sort of expecting maybe seeing a ranger on a snowmobile to check on me, but maybe not, you know. Well, I think I'm getting close, but I don't really know how far yet. I'll be able to tell when I see a brook where I used to take water last time I was here, and from there the Russell Pond is just around the corner, but I'm not really sure at what point. I've done a lot of climbing. Some of it was a little bit hard. I almost wanted to put on my kicker skins, but I made it, so no biggie. It's so beautiful here. The snow is like cotton balls, just soft, and I just love this. It's so good. Okay. Well, there's a sign here that says winter ski trail only. Right here. Yeah, so I made it. I don't know what time it is, but you know, it wasn't that easy. But I'm here. I still had a full thermos of hot tea, so I'm drinking it right now. And luckily there is actually a spout with water, so that makes it really easy right here. I'm gonna already refilled my water bottle, and I'm gonna try to drink this thermos and fill it with water as well. So the bunkhouse is across the pond. I'm gonna try to yeah, I'm gonna refill this bottle with water so I could make me lunch and dinner right away when I get there. Start fire and make myself comfortable. I think what we see for a mountain on the left, that is Hamlin Peak maybe, which is really part of the Mont Katahdin Massif. On the other side is the Mont Katahdin Chimney Pond, Pamela Peak, and the next peak next to Baxter Peak is Hamlin Peak, and I think that's what we're looking at. Okay. Okay, so I'm in a bunkhouse. It's cold as heck. It's about zero degrees Fahrenheit, so it's about -15 or a little bit more Celsius. Interesting thing happened when I filled up the water. Somehow I must have not completely closed this cover, and it all dumped into my sled where I have my sleeping bag and my mattress. So I'm drying the sleeping bag, which is really not wet because it's made so it should shed water. But also one of the blessings was when the water dumped, it almost instantly froze, almost, because it's so cold. So yeah, that would have been a tough break if I was here without wood stove and you know, my insulation, my sleeping quarters were actually compromised by water. Yeah, that would have been a bad thing. So I made a mistake by not closing this completely. I think it's because I was doing video and I thought I closed it, or I don't know. Interesting. I'm boiling water. The wood stove is going. I'm making food. I have a Mexican quinoa bowl, and I dumped in some chicken. So it's not vegetarian, but normally it is. And yeah, I'm waiting. I can't wait until this bunkhouse heats up, and I could take off my stuff. But right now it's too cold. I still keep my hat on and everything. Okay. Good morning. It's Sunday, my third day. It's probably around 9 o'clock. I think I'm leaving later than I wanted to, but there's a lot to do. Clean up this cabin and make breakfast and cook teas into thermoses and pack everything. So, you know, yeah. So it's still snowing. It snowed a lot. Must have snowed at least 5 inches, maybe more. But it's gonna be fluffy. I put on my climbing kicker skins just to give me a little extra traction, because in this fluffy snow, just the regular waxless skis won't give me as much traction. There are 2 hills that I have to do before it goes mostly uphill that were fairly steep, and those hills are narrow. The path is narrow, so there is not a lot of room for herringbone. Yeah, I'm alive. I'm ready. I'm packed. I'm dressed, and I'm ready to go. We'll see you down the trail. So I've gone about 2 miles. The snow is deep. It's up to above my shins, not quite to my knees, but above my shins. So it's, you know, really breaking trail. There is a kind of breaking trail. There is breaking trail. There is really breaking trail, and there is really breaking trail. We're not there yet. And then there is get me the hell out of here. When you swim through snow above your waist, that's no good. This is slow. It's gonna be a long day, but it's beautiful. Beautiful. I've gone up one hill. I think I got one, maybe 2 more. This one hill I've gone up, maybe it wasn't the bigger one that I saw yesterday. Yeah, I can barely see my skis. Always under, but it's better than being on snowshoes. Snowshoes, you sort of lifting the snow more. With skis, you kind of gliding / pushing through underneath. So, and I think in general you float more. And my skis are 195, so they're relatively long for backcountry skis, but and they're reasonably wide. So there we are. I am heading back towards Poggy Pond and then South Branch Pond, and hopefully I won't be totally exhausted because I need to keep going all the way to Trout Brook. Altogether probably 17 miles, so it's away. Well, I think I did one of the uphills. think there is one more uphill. I'm not sure because it's kind of different now that the snow sort of changes what you remember about the trail, and going the opposite way also adds another dimension. So I think there's one more uphill, but you know, if I hit the pond, then I know. I'm assuming I will see one more uphill, and then I'll try to take my kicker skins off and there's a nice downhill, but my kicker skin's kind of slowing me down, but that might not be a bad thing, because if I broke something, there's nobody here. I haven't seen a ranger, and I don't know if they don't want to come up here because they fear that the lake is not thick enough for the snowmobile, but it's better be safe than sorry. But this is wonderful. I think it's the snowfall is slowly ceasing. I've seen actually glints of sun, but so it might stop snowing soon. That'll be nice. Alright, there's another downhill here. That's kind of nice. Oopsie. Well, not much to it, but it looks better from the top. Oh my God, it's so beautiful here. I'm at Poggy Pond. Took my mittens off, drank some tea. It's not snowing anymore, and you know, it's nice. It's not bad. There's nobody here, and that's what I like. And I'm gonna cross this pond and find the trail on the other side and head towards South Branch Pond. I finally saw a ranger, so between South Branch and Poggy Pond, and ranger was going to Russell Pond, so this is gonna make the skiing a little bit easier as he broke the trail for me, and that's kind of cool. I'm really happy about it because this is gonna be a long day. Well, I don't know how far I am. I'm probably halfway between Poggy and South Branch, so I'm gonna get going so that I could get to South Branch in relatively good time, because from there it's another 6 miles to Trout Brook. Well, I made it all the way up to the road, South Branch Pond and out, and now it's only about 3 or 4 miles. I'm gonna try to get some water here, and snowmobilers come. Okay. Now let's try to get some water and then head over to the bunkhouse. I'll probably run out of my battery on this phone, and that's about all I got, and may have finished it with my iPhone if I still have enough juice there. But yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but I can make it, no problem. Hello there. I got hot tea. Oh, my thermos is awesome. I'm drinking hot tea with lemon and honey. Peppermint tea with lemon and honey. And it's awesome. And so I'm back at the Baxter State Park main gate. It's still about 1 or 2 miles to get out of the park to my car. But here is where I have to sign out from the register so that they know I made it out safely. And head on home. It looks like while I was gone, my car got a new hat, and I'm gonna have to dig myself out because the snow plows kind of created a barrier.